It was a chilly afternoon, and the streets were unusually quiet. Most people were rushing home, lost in their own worlds, unaware of the quiet struggles happening right outside their windows. Among the scattered leaves and empty benches, a small figure sat alone, a young boy, no older than 10, hunched over his stomach, rumbling in his eyes, scanning the world with quiet desperation. He had nowhere to go, no one to turn to, and the harsh reality of life on the streets weighed heavily on him. But what happened next was something that nobody could have predicted. A moment that reminds us all why kindness, no matter how small, matters so much. Right as the boy reached down to adjust the thin blanket wrapped around him, a familiar silhouette appeared in the distance. It was a dog, a medium-sized, scruffy, brown dog, moving slowly but steadily towards him. At first, the boy barely noticed him, lost in his own world. But then the dog stopped a few feet away, lowered its head, and dropped something gently onto the ground. The boy looked up, eyes wide, and his heart skipped a beat. In the dog's mouth was a small bundle of food, wrapped in a paper bag. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The dog didn't bark, didn't make a fuss. It simply stood there, wagging its tail slightly, watching the boy with gentle, almost human-like understanding in its eyes. This simple act of kindness, captured by a passerby, and now brought to you by Logic Unlocked, instantly reminds us why empathy and care can change lives in ways we never imagined. The boy slowly reached out, hesitating at first, but then picked up the food. He looked into the dog's eyes and whispered a soft thank you, unsure if the dog could understand, but knowing that someone, or in this case, something, cared. Moments like these make you stop and reflect on the power of small gestures. Just a simple act, a piece of food, a moment of attention, and it can make a world of difference to someone who feels invisible. As the boy unwrapped the food, the dog sat patiently beside him, watching, waiting, making sure that the boy had what he needed. Passersby stopped to observe, some smiling softly, some with tears in their eyes. And in that quiet street, an extraordinary scene unfolded, a moment so pure and unfiltered that it reminds us why we continue sharing these stories on Logic Unlocked. You might think this is just one small act, but the ripple effect is enormous. The boy took a bite, and the joy in his face was immediate, almost overwhelming. He hadn't felt this safe, this cared for, in what seemed like forever. Meanwhile, the dog didn't move, didn't ask for anything in return, simply stayed as a guardian of that fleeting moment of comfort. Watching this scene, it becomes impossible not to think about the countless people and animals out there who go unnoticed every day, who perform quiet acts of love that go unseen. And this is exactly why we at Logic Unlocked continue to bring stories like this to you, to remind everyone that even in a world full of chaos, there's still hope, still kindness, and still humanity. As the boy finished his food, he gently patted the dog on the head, a gesture of gratitude that transcends words. The dog wagged its tail in return, almost as if acknowledging the connection they had just shared. And then, in one seamless motion, the dog slowly walked a few steps back, glanced once at the boy, and disappeared into the distance, leaving behind an imprint of compassion that would last far longer than the meal itself. You see, moments like this teach us something valuable, that helping others doesn't always require grand gestures. Sometimes, it's simply showing up, noticing someone's need, and responding with love, patience, and care. Now, if you're watching this right now and thinking about the world, imagine how many similar acts of kindness happen every day, quietly, invisibly, but they all matter, and they all create hope. And speaking of hope, if you're enjoying this story and want to support the channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Logic Unlocked. We bring you incredible, inspiring stories just like this one every week. That simple click helps us continue to spread moments of compassion across the world. After that, the story continues. Over the next few minutes, the boy stayed with the dog, sharing the food and even offering small smiles to strangers passing by. People in the area began to notice, and some even started contributing, leaving a bottle of water here, a sandwich there. Small gestures adding up into something remarkable. And while it all started with a dog noticing a child's hunger, it became a lesson in community, in humanity, and in the unexpected ways that kindness spreads. It's incredible to see how one small action can create a chain reaction, how the simple act of noticing someone else can turn an ordinary day into an extraordinary memory. For the boy, this was a moment that gave him hope, reassurance, and perhaps A tiny belief that the world isn't as harsh as it sometimes feels. For the dog, it was just instinct, loyalty, and compassion, but for the rest of us, it's a story that lingers. A reminder that no matter how small the gesture, it can leave a huge impact. And as you watch, you start thinking, what could we all do in our own ways? Could we take a little time today to notice someone in need, to help without expecting anything in return, to be the reason someone smiles today? These are questions that every viewer of Logic Unlocked should consider. And moments like the one we just witnessed give us hope that the world can still be a good place. As the minutes pass, the boy finishes his meal. The dog slowly disappears into the shadows, and life on the street continues. But the story doesn't end there. Others who saw the act began sharing it, talking about it, showing that even a single moment can spark conversation, engagement, and ultimately, a wave of positivity. This is why sharing stories like this is so important, and why at the end of this video, we encourage you to comment below with your thoughts, and share this story with your friends and family. You never know who needs to see the reminder that kindness exists everywhere. And as you reflect on this, remember that the dog didn't act for recognition. The boy didn't ask for help, and yet together, they created something profoundly moving. That's the beauty of small acts of kindness. That's the magic of noticing. And that's exactly the kind of story Logic Unlocked loves to bring to your real, raw, and deeply human. So, if this touched your heart, think about what small step you can take today to make someone else's life just a little better. And remember, your likes, your subscribes, your shares all help us bring more incredible stories into the world, reminding everyone that compassion, empathy, and love are still alive, all around us. At the end of the day, the boy went on with his life, the dog went on with his, but the memory of that shared moment remains, a testament to the power of noticing, caring, and acting. And just maybe, this story will inspire someone watching right now to take a step, to help, to notice, and to spread a little hope in their own world.